Hello everybody, it's a pleasure to be here today. First, let me introduce myself. My name is GabrielRodriguez T Oral, and today we're going to talk about motivating students to speak English. The reason I started this research was because I was noticing that my students were not advancing in English. What is motivation? Motivation is a reason for acting in a particular way. In order to find out more about it, what I did was conduct a literature review to find out more on motivation. I found three types that are the most common. One is intrinsic motivation, one is extrinsic motivation, and the other one is amotivation. To elaborate more, intrinsic motivation is motivation from within. A person does it just for the pleasure of it. Extrinsic motivation comes from the outside influence. And amotivation is no motivation at all. It means the person will just not do anything. After I found about the three motivations, I did a research design to apply questionnaires, collect data, analyze data, and apply a method. On the data collected instruments, I gave three questionnaires. One was an open questionnaire, a written questionnaire, and a motivational questionnaire. As you can see on the chart, the graphs right here show that on speaking, role play, singing, and play got the highest marks. Right here on the table, you can also see that the percentage was very high on role play, and on singing, it was 71%. On the written questionnaire, I would like to talk only about the first two. The student liked the books, and they liked pair work. In the books, they received 87% and 84% on pair work. Afterwards, I conducted a motivational questionnaire, which measured personal motivation, instrumental motivation, and integrative motivation. Personal motivation is something a person does to achieve a goal. It's another form of intrinsic motivation. Instrumental motivation is when somebody wants to gain a reward or some type of prize. And integrative motivation is when a person wants to be a part of a community. It could be a sport or something else. This is to measure motivation, which is a little hard to measure if you don't do your homework. You use a mean scale. As you can see on table 1, the mean scale results. Most of the students measure higher on instrumental motivation, which are the grades 4.79, and requirement for the school was 4.58. Now, on the second part of the motivation scale, when I asked the students if they wanted to learn more fluent lessons, if they wanted to take them, all of them voted for it. 19 of the students, 100% response. What steps did I take after the questionnaires? Well, I presented them a bingo game so they could learn the phonetic alphabet, thus more speaking. Mnemonics to help speak English would help them in their grammar, and high frequency words. Since they don't have a dictionary, I use that. To collect my data, I use an audio video camera and a laptop and a daily journal where I can write my notes and the handouts. Yes. This is a picture of them doing the bingo game. This is mnemonics. They did not study well because they had other school activities that took them from the class. And high frequency words, I use them in group studies. The setbacks in this study were due to weather, school plays, and absenteeism. What happened after I analyzed the data? I found that students need more time to learn the language, they need more parent involvement, and more immersion in the language. For my professional development, I learned that students can work together without fear of them being disrupted. So they can have pair work, and also I noticed that the other teachers were doing the same thing I was. So it helped them in their professional areas. And the third thing that I've learned, the last thing that's very important, was to use more diversity. Yes. Now, in conclusion, although the time frame absenteeism, affected the outcome. Two things were very important. One, through analyzing the videos, the data, I came to the conclusion that 50% of the students participated on a daily basis. That is better than at the beginning, which only about 3 or 4 of the 19 participated. I do not have the charts at the moment, but they speak for themselves through the videos. And number 2, student and teacher rapport is very important in order to find out what motivates them to want to study. And one more thing I would like to add is that I learned through this study that motivation was not the problem. What the problem was is usually there's not enough time. I thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, you can write me at my email, GabrielRodriguez Trevino, email nebai_collectors@hotmail.com. Thank you very much.